Hello, for this demonstration of UXsheets, we're going to use a sample application in ServiceNow for expense reports. I've logged in as a sales user and I need to go submit an expense report. And before this application was added to ServiceNow, what we had was the spreadsheet. And we'd fill out this spreadsheet and we would submit it and it'd go through a process of approvals, etc. We were doing it by email or saving it on a network share. And it was a very manual process. There was no tracking to it and a lot of control issues. So management decided to put it into ServiceNow, and we now have an application in ServiceNow for expense reports. However, when I go to it and I take a look at it, and let's take a look at last week's expense report, it doesn't look anything like the application I had before. And editing in this type of view, especially for currency, is not allowed, so it's all forms-based. And, I wasn't very happy with that. So we implemented UXsheets in here, and now we have a new way of dealing with this. So matter of fact, let's take a look at what it looks like. So now I'm going to submit a new expense report. I'm going to hit new up here, and it's going to launch it looks like my spreadsheet that I had before. Hey, this is ServiceNow. I'm in ServiceNow. This looks exactly like my old spreadsheet. Matter of fact, here's the old spreadsheet in Excel, and here's ServiceNow. 100% looks the same. I don't have any new learning experience. I know exactly what to go do. Matter of fact, let's go do it. First of all, let's go ahead and fill in at the beginning of the week that we were here for customer 2. Matter of fact, here's all the customers. It's a choice list in the in the form in ServiceNow. It's just being shown directly here, so I make sure I type in the correct stuff. Okay, work for customer 2. Let's say I got there at dinner time. It was $55 for dinner. Miles to the airport was $45. The hotel bill, $225.66. And my airline ticket was $456.78. So far, I've got some stuff filled out. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and say customer to work on site. Wow, this is just like a spreadsheet. I'm clicking around, I'm editing it. It's just exactly what I'm used to. So let's say I'm done with this right now. I'm not going to submit this, but I'm going to say I'm done. I'm going to hit save. I'm going to come back to this later because we're still in the draft state. What does this look like? Well, let's go ahead and take a look at the record in our application. And here's the application data. And look at this. All the totals from that spreadsheet got populated back over here. UXsheets has a patent-pending mapping technology that allows us not only to use the power of the calculation engine, but to do advanced and quick mapping back and forth to a database and using the spreadsheet as a user interface. And this allows us to do quick work with all of this data in an experience that over 1 billion users know how to do, which is spreadsheets. Matter of fact, let's keep going back through that. Let's go add some more. So it's not just one day. Let's go ahead and add some more days. So let's go ahead on Tuesday. Again, I can see that whole drop down customer 2. Let's just continue with customer 2 and say more work. This time we had breakfast at the hotel. It was $9.99. Lunch was $15 at the cafeteria, and dinner was $45. No more miles. But the hotel was still $225, $225.66. No more transportation or miscellaneous. So let's take a look here. Let's go ahead and copy all of that, because I got a few more days there. Let's say I was there the rest of the week for a few more days. So I'm going to highlight that, and I'm going to paste it by hitting Control V. I had hit Control C to copy that data, and I've just pasted this data over the next few rows. And you can see all the calculations are working up. Matter of fact, let's just save this and go take a look and see what happened over in ServiceNow. So in our application, we see that the totaling, it looks right. We also see all the more work, but this is going to get rejected because it's obviously just been copied and pasted and it's all on the same date. So we've got some more work to go do. Let's go do that work really quick. So let's go ahead and up that date. All right, and what else we're going to go do? Well, let's see here. There was no hotel bill on the last date. There was some parking, so that was $75 for parking. Transportation, no more transportation. Hotel bill, okay, we're looking good. 45 miles back from the airport. Some breakfast on this day was $15, $12 here, and $13. Lunch was $11, $12, and $17. And this is where you obviously check with everything, but we get the idea. So let's go ahead and hit save. Again, my totals should be updated, 1823. We take a look at our record, And there we go. We've got all the totaling coming up and all the changes that we just did just reflected in the complexity in the background. And now we can go into a workflow process, etc. Matter of fact, speaking of workflow, let's go ahead and do that. So we're done with this. This looks good. We have all the information in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to submit it. But before I do that, I'm clicking up here to show where all the read-only fields are, so our cells. So any cells that are gray, I can't change because of security in this protection. Matter of fact, I can't change the draft state. I can change submitted, submit expense report. So I'm going to say submit expense report, and now when I save this, I want you to see what happens. Okay, you're going to see some changes happening. Matter of fact, we see submitted for review now. The status has changed, but everything now is read-only because I can't change it because it's going through the process. And this is part of our patent pending process, is that each one of these cells that are mapped is also aware of all the ACLs and access controls and what the user can or cannot go do. So that makes sure that the right things are being done and not the wrong things by the end user. And I don't have to do any extra programming to go do it. It's just part of ServiceNow and UXsheets working together in the background. So please check out our other videos on how we actually created this spreadsheet end user interface with UXsheets. Matter of fact, it only takes 5 minutes or less to create this one because we already had it design done because it was an existing spreadsheet. There's also a lot of advanced things that are being done here that are not being shown because, frankly, an end user doesn't really care about all the advanced stuff that's happening, and we'll see that over in the administration side. Thank you very much.